Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Super Late Model Series finale here at Southern National Motorsports Park. I'm Robert Hill Jr., joined tonight by Harrison Taillon here for the season finale. Harrison, welcome to tonight's broadcast here. Welcome to the finale. And how excited are you to see these guys go around this track one final time?
I'm super stoked. We do have Tyler FOTI in the field. He's our championship leader. He's all but locked up our championship here this season, and I'm really excited to see how he can perform tonight. We have an array of competitors here tonight. You know, some familiar faces you've seen, maybe a couple of faces you haven't seen so far this season. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, the championship is basically all sewn up for Tyler FOTI, who has won the previous two races in the series. Got the pole in the previous three, so going to be interesting to see how he stacks up in qualifying tonight. On deck tonight, we do have 75 laps of feature action, 15 lap heat races. I don't know if we will hit those. We will see shortly once they start gridding. And as always, no tire changes. So that'll be quite interesting because what I've seen tonight in practice, Harry, is these guys are getting quite loose and they are definitely going to eat through that rubber.
Yeah, that's something you'll really see a lot in these super late models. Are going to be fighting the throttle here. Going to be fighting the steering wheel and throttle at the same time, and making sure they get a perfect exit from the center and off the corner. These things are so powerful in the engine department that any form of a bunch of throttle could really just spin the rear tires up too much to where you can't save it. So you got to be super careful here, as we've seen a lot of this season. Currently our fastest competitor so far, as we see FOTI, our championship leader. Good first sector. We'll see what he goes on the second sector.
Cody to third on lap
Third.
number one. See if you can pick it up here on lap number two. Good first sector once again. Actually a little bit slower than his previous. I think third might be as best as he.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes, it will be.
Latham Joiner will take the pole, becoming only the third pole sitter of the season after Aaron Plemons took the first two and now FOTI took the previous three. Latham Joiner should final pole sitter of the season, as everybody in the field has taken their time, and we'll just wait for qualifying to run out. But Harry, just before we get to the racing action tonight, let's touch on a couple of our Elite Racing League Premier partners, beginning with our friends over at TA Services. TA Services, for over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing, and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. Another one of our premier sponsors here is Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg, the marketing department for small businesses. And our newest premier partner here at Elite is BrizzyCam. Brizzy is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston. They are on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Gone are the days of carrying around a tripod or selfie stick. They help their customers and users tell better stories around meaningful moments. They let anyone tap into nearby cameras to capture group memories at iconic places, as if users were controlling their own native camera app. Them now from a perfectly positioned vantage point. Today, you can find Brizzy at well-known sports venues and cultural landmarks across 4 continents. And of course, we can't do this series without our friends over at Racing America. Racing America has brought us this series, and just a little bit later this evening, we will touch on some upcoming broadcasts for them, just to share with you what's coming up, as the field is getting set here for the first and only heat race this evening. Harry, why don't we take a look at the starting grid for that one?
Yeah, later. He's starting on pole here for us tonight. His first pole season comes in the last race, so that's a good, not too bad to get your first pole, but obviously hopes to have gotten more. Chad Frakenfield on the second. He's going to be lining up second on the front row with him. FOTI and Blaise BRINKLEY are going to be in the second row. Vincent Isabella, Jake Hayner in the third row. Trevor Elam in seventh. Zach Evans eighth. Kynan Jones in 9th, and Josh Smith is going to round out your top 10 here. Dylan Jones, not too bad of a qualifying performance there, in 11th here. Brent Jones, 12th. Mark Keeler, 13th. Jake Finch, 14th. And the final row is going to be Michael Goodman and Cash James here for the final race of the season. So we have a couple names we haven't really seen here. I don't believe we've seen Dylan Jones and Mark Keeler too much here this season. We'll be interesting to see how these two, you know, pan out during this race tonight.
Yeah, we've had Mark Keeler for a few races, and not too many. I believe this is Dylan Jones's first start. And Blaise BRINKLEY has not been with us for every race, but pace car's off. We're about to get going here in the heat races. Latham Joiner gets a great start here. As I say that,
really cold tires here, so it's just going to be a Chad Frankenfield right here. Yeah, he's a really tough competitor. He's going to hang here on the outside for as long as he can, as long as it really will do. But you know, as soon as Latham Joiner gets clear, he's going to want to look to get to the bottom lane as he does get clear. But FOTI's there to take that bottom lane away from Chad and keep him up there up on top.
Yeah, battle definitely on for second place here, between Chad and Tyler FOTI. FOTI's going to want to clear Chad as quickly as he can, so he can make a run here at Latham. FOTI's been really strong in all the heat races this season, and he does not want this one to be any different. As you see, FOTI finally gets clear of Chad here, as Blaise BRINKLEY in the 11 dives to the inside of Chad as well. Chad's actually around.
Oh no! Oh, good.
Yeah, we're able to stay under green here. Good catch by Frankenfield. Wow.
I think he got some help from another competitor, but also to get around, but also to, you know, keep it straight there at the end as well. Coming off of 4 here, yeah, absolutely.
I've grabbed this one. Coming up right here, yeah. So we'll back that one.
Like I said there at the beginning of the once he was clear and really had a chance to get clear, he wanted to get down to the bottom, and he did. But the 45 of down there that quick couldn't react in time enough.
Yeah, Vincent Isabella actually was able to kind of keep him going in the right direction by kind of staying in the gas there. So although the incident is unfortunate, they were actually able to keep the cars going, keep us under green as we come to 6 laps to go here in the heat race. Latham Joiner continues to lead over Tyler FOTI, but FOTI's coming right onto the back bumper of Joiner.
Yeah, 3-car breakaway right here. What happens with these two? Don't be surprised if Blaise BRINKLEY plays a role here into winning this heat race here. He's just hanging here. He's just, you know, keeping his nose clean. He's just watching everything happen in front of him. But if these two get physical in front, which I don't really expect to, because, you know, it's a heat race. It's only the heat race. If it was a feature race, then absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he's gonna be looking there in third, you know, waiting in the wings if anything happens.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Blaise BRINKLEY wants this just as bad as anybody else, as he sits there in 3rd place, and it's quite a good gap back to Trevor Elam there. I'm actually gonna grab the gap there on the scoring tower for you, as caution is out here. It looks like Vincent
2 to
Isabella.
go. Man, that's a strong car right there. Really good at these short tracks, and in the super late model series this season, you've all seen them up front there. They're close to the end of these races, and always putting a challenge. So quite surprising to see if he lost it by himself. He might have hit the wall. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Harry, he just grabbed the wall. Looks like he pushed a little too much on exit. Jake Kaner gets into him. Jake Kaner goes around as well with help from Frankenfield there. But Vincent Isabella definitely will not be too pleased with that, because as you know, these heat races will set the starting grid for our 75-lap feature tonight.
Absolutely, but the good guys, right?
Latham Joiner continues to lead in this. Harry done a really nice job in the heat race so far. See how we can do as the lights will come off on the pace car here, 1 to green.
It's a big restart here, so end of this heat, end of this first heat, and you know, sets for the pole winner actually here. So FOTI's going to be giving him a hard charge. Definitely, we know Tyler FOTI. He's always going to give it 100%.
Pace car's off. Nice jump there by Joyner, but actually FOTI battling back on the outside of him.
Tyler FOTI right there. He knows how to make that grip work there up on the high side, but Blaise BRINKLEY is going to look low. FOTI sends it in on the high side. Really get a good run off the corner. Not the best, but he didn't fall back off.
The white flag's out. There's a wrecking
no!
behind Josh Smith. It doesn't matter at this point. Latham Joyner barely
Woo!
hold on.
Loose. And
he just hung it out there.
Nice work. That was
Wow.
great racing right there. Great car control right at the end by Latham Joyner. Yeah, FOTI put a really good charge there on the outside, and you know, was kind of making the grip work up there. Was very surprising to me. But honestly, off the start of these restarts, it seems that you know, the outside lanes get that grip for about, you know, 1 to 2, maybe 3. You know, get past their competitors there on the bottom, and so it obviously might wear out there a few laps into the run, but if you want to take advantage of the outside off a restart or the start of the race initially, that's not a bad place to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. As we'll take a look at the starting grid here, Latham Joyner, by winning the heat race, will get to keep that top position starting on pole alongside the 40 of Tyler FOTI, this season's champion. Blaise BRINKLEY will start 3rd, Trevor Elam 4th, Jake Hainer 5th, Chad Frankenfield, nice recovery from his little spin slide there. He's going to start 6th, Kynan Jones 7th, Zach Evans 8th, Michael Goodman 9th, Brent Jones battling through a bit of a knee injury. Brent will start 10th tonight. Ash James 11th alongside Dylan Jones. Jake Finch and Vincent Isabella there in row number 7. And Mark Keeler and Josh Smith will round out the field, with Smith going around on the last lap of that heat race to round out our 16-car field here in tonight's feature race. But Harry, just before we get going here, who is your pick to win this race?
You know, it's really hard not to choose against Tyler FOTI here, because he's won a couple times here. Be our eventual champion at the end of the night tonight. But Latham Joyner, you know, he's a rookie this year. He's a rookie into elite in all 3 levels. You know, the top 3 levels, but also here, and he's performed mightily well this season. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he wants to send off this first season of the Super Late Models.
So your pick is Latham?
I'm going to pick Latham here. I think Latham will get it done. Yes.
As pace car is off, we're underway. My pick to take the victory tonight is the number 3 machine there of Trevor Elam. Trevor was telling me how excited he was here for tonight's race, so it'll be interesting to see how Mr. Elam does there throughout the 75-lap features. Latham Joyner got a nice start there just ahead of Tyler FOTI.
Yeah, Latham Joyner, he's learned a couple things from that heat race on the restarts there, just how to accurately apply the throttle. Oh, we got a spin off of turn 4.
Yeah, and it looks like it may have been a bit of a broadcaster's curse there, as it is telling me that Trevor Elam was involved in that incident, and we can see it there. Elam back in the 15th position. We'll take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay and see what happened. Elam here in that 3 machine Sundrop car, just taking that Dale Jr. paint scheme here just ahead of Chad Frankenfield. Chad, don't know if he really got him there. Looks like a bit of net code. Sends Trevor around. Trevor, a nice job. Looks like Kynan Jones just about got hooked there as well, but Trevor able to keep it off the wall, keep it in one piece. He'll be able to get going and be able to rejoin the field here really early on in this one.
Damage.
Yeah, no damage there on Trevor Elam. So that's
The paint
definitely a
scheme.
positive.
Yes, definitely positive. Absolutely.
Just quickly, while we're waiting to go green once again, our good friend Connor Sullivan, who has been hosting these races with us, has sent me a bit of a briefing on what's to come up on the Racing American network. Tonight and tomorrow night is the Double Down Showdown at Thompson Speedway in Connecticut with the Sunoco Modifieds, Open Sportsman, Late Models, and more. That's where you'll find Connor tonight and tomorrow. Thursday night is the Lodi Memorial Race for Super Late Models at State Park Speedway in Wisconsin. And on Saturday, they have a full slate of races as lights are off on the pace car. You'll see the Southern Super Series at Crisp Motorsports Park in the Georgia Summer Nationals. The ACT Tour is heading up to Canada, Autodrome Montmagny, for $10,000 to win Can-Am 200. And just another race here. The NEMA Light Midgets have their longest race of the year, 60-lap special in Maine at Wiscasset Speedway as we're back underway.
Good restart there. Latham joined at the bottom. Tyler FOTI on the outside. See if he can clear for second away from from Brinkley. They might be able to. No, Brinkley stays at the bottom there. And there he goes. Clear for second. Everybody single filed out till about maybe 7th on back. But FOTI's gonna try to get a run here up on Latham Joiner.
Yeah, the first side-by-side battle we see here is for the 9th position between Zach Evans and Vincent Isabella. Vincent Isabella on the bottom in the 45, Zach Evans up in that number 6 machine. As we see Jake Finch join the top 10 battle here, that 51 car. We have some smoke up ahead. Oh, that's a big one. Brent Jones.
Who wrecked? Oh, no.
Jake Hayner looks like was the start of that one. We'll take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay, see what happened, but not a good start for some of these guys in tonight's championship showdown. Take a look here. Looked like a checkup with Blaise BRINKLEY. Chad gets to the inside and unfortunately turns Jake Hayner there. Ryan Jones into the back of Frankenfield, into the back of Hayner. Brent Jones nowhere to go, up into Zach Evans. Evans sideways. KEELER gets hit by Elam. Elam with some damage. I think Cash James just sneaks by on the bottom. We'll actually ride on board with James here. His point of view. Looks like quite a bit of action started just ahead of him. Cash James in the 93 here. See all the smoke cars everywhere. Goes to the bottom. Yeah, he did a nice job getting by that one.
Absolutely. Checking up and, you know, realizing the situation ahead, seeing all the smoke. It's always a benefit there to, you know, check up, obviously, and go into the wreck full steam ahead. Good job there by Cash James there to get by there on the bottom. And really unfortunate. It seemed like a pretty light tap from Frankenfield over to Jake Hayner, but just enough to send him around there on the left rear.
That's all it really takes, Harry. Just a little bit of contact can definitely upset these cars. Send them around. Lights are back off of the pace car here as they'll double up and get ready to go. Once again, lap 15 here of 75 in the Southern National Championship Showdown here on the Elite Racing Network. And Latham Joiner just continues to lead this one.
He's showed very strong so far today. See if he can keep it up as we go back green.
Yeah, FOTI gets another one of his really strong restarts that we've seen all season long there. There was someone that went really high in the background there. Looked like everyone was able to keep it in one piece, but Brinkley to the bottom here. FOTI, as Joiner clears FOTI here to get sole possession of that first.
Brinkley was looking to the bottom there for a little bit, but FOTI was able to get a good run out of 2, clear him for second. And, they all Latham Joiner. It seems to be single file all the way until about maybe 10th, 11-ish, towards the back there is where you'll find our side-by-side battle with Trevor Elam and Cash James there.
Yeah, Elam definitely not one to give up, as we can see here. Jake Hayner checks up once again there, just ahead of Zach Evans. Luckily, Evans was being observant, able to avoid that. Otherwise, we would have been under yellow once again. But able to stay green. Joiner continues to lead over FOTI. The battle is definitely on here between Blaise BRINKLEY and Chad Frankenfield for third, with Kynan Jones up there in the 5th spot.
Yes, Kynan Jones. He finished third here in I believe it was at 5 Flags, and might have heard a spin on the front stretch, but no yellow was
Yeah, we had a
called.
crash in the back there. Mark KEELER, he's able to keep it going there.
Kynan Jones has showed strong here in this season so far. You know, he's been pretty quietly. You know, he's worked his way up towards the top 5 every single race, most likely. And, you know, he's found his way on the podium a couple times here, but the Australian is working really hard here in 5th against Vincent Isabella right behind him. It's going to be a really tough battle as we get about 3 pairs of battle between just 2 cars each for the lead, 3rd place, and for 4th as they're side by side.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Kynan Jones has done a really nice job in this Super Late Model Series. Tyler FOTI looks to the inside of Joiner here. Battle is on for the lead. You have to wonder if maybe Joiner will just give him that edge and fall in line here, try not to wear out his tires too much, as they are only a third of the way through this one.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. If you were just joining us, you know, for the first time this season, if you don't know the rules, absolutely, this tires that you get to start the race. You don't get any sets in the pits, so you make them last while you're on track, save them while you can, and use them efficiently towards the end of the race to get your best position possible at the checker flag.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, no tire changes in this one, so that definitely throws a wrench into the plans of quite a few of these drivers throughout the race, as they definitely have to save their tires as best as they can, as 75 laps may not seem like a lot, but when you're slipping and sliding, battling hard, you can definitely wear the rubber off these things rather quickly.
Yeah, you can. The arc you take into the corner, you know, sometimes it could be a sort of sharp arc. You know, the way that you turn the wheel towards
Oh,
the. Oh wow! As he gets up on the wall, I think that's Jay Kaner in the 9. That
yeah,
was quite
JK.
a ride.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the clip from a few years ago, Harry, of Logan Seavey in a midget dirt car, driving on the fence itself. But that's exactly what that reminded me of. Jay Kaner absolutely sideways on track. That's a different definition of sideways than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, that just shows you. You know, Jay Kaner. You know, he's back there in the field as the leaders are up on lap traffic of Mark KEELER. He's going to get out of the way on the bottom there as a respectful lap there, a lap
Oh,
driver right there. Oh, hey, Latham JOINER wants to go to the bottom.
yeah, Joyner looked to the bottom there. That's definitely a questionable call, as KEELER was giving them the high side to go around. Guys will continue to work their way around Racing America's Mark KEELER, as KEELER will fall further back. He is 1 lap down. Just hoping for a yellow, get that lucky dog and get back onto the lead lap here. But yeah, that was definitely a sketchy moment there for Joyner.
Yeah, absolutely. You should probably wonder that JOINER, you know, he saw FOTI go by on the outside, maybe lost a little bit of time doing that, and, you know, decided that, you know, the inside is the way to go here on the lap cars to gain a little bit of time. And, you know, might not have really worked there because KEELER wasn't expecting him to look low because he was giving FOTI the outside there at the beginning. But nonetheless, everybody came out clean and we're all still straight here.
So take a quick run through the field there. Tyler FOTI was the race leader. Latham JOINER second. Blaise BRINKLEY in third, with Chad Frankenfield and Vin Bella just on his tail there. As we had a car around, looked to be Cash James and Jake
Oh,
Finch
there it
got
is,
together.
yellow. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so unfortunately for me, those guys are actually both drivers on my team. So we will pull it up on the Whiskey Cast replay and see what they did to cost me some money here tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna get a team owner's reaction here to the replay.
Jake Finch in the 51 car here. Looks like, yeah, just another incident involving Trevor Elam here. Trevor gets into the back of Jake Finch. Jake goes around. Oh,
Oh,
Jake should be okay there, but Cash James decided
it's
he wanted to
stuck.
take a taste of those barrels and ended the night of his number 93 machine, most
Wow,
definitely.
that
As
is unfortunate.
Jake Finch also on pit road repairing some damage here. He should be able to continue on in this one. As yeah, that's definitely an unfortunate incident there.
Yeah, that's close parameters here, and you know the three car there of Trevor Elam was you know he got into the back Jake Finch, and you know obviously Cash James. He had a very tight. He was committed low, but it was very tight to go through. But like I said, he was already committed, so he had to go through it. And unfortunately, he just caught the end of the barrels there and got stuck. So yeah, that's a very tough situation. Sorry to you, Robert. One of your drivers is gonna go multiple laps down from that, and
Yeah,
cost you money.
absolutely. Definitely unfortunate for them, but they'll be back tomorrow night to attempt to make the Cup race as we head to, I believe it's Las Vegas tomorrow night. Quickly, before we do go green, once again, want to give a shout out to our premier partners, TA Services. As we mentioned, TA Services is a trusted domestic and international full service third party logistics provider that makes ship happen for you. Blue Egg Marketing is your marketing department. And once again, Brizzy Cam. Brizzy Cam is a venture backed tech company based in Toronto on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Sure to check them all out, as well as our friends over at Racing America, as we are back underway, and Tyler FOTI actually leads it now.
Absolutely, these guys, you know, Latham Joiner there got to the bottom there in the turn number one just to get to the that the positioning there. Is Chad Frankenfield's making a good run on the back on the outside there of Blaise Brinkley. You know, he's holding strong. He's getting some good runs off the corner. I thought he was going to clear him for a bit there off of turn number two, but Blaise Brinkley's going to fight back there on the bottom.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed here, he went green once again, is the cloud coverage, and I guess the sun has decided to start setting here at Southern National Motorsports Park, as it has gotten quite a bit darker here, Harry.
Yeah, quite a bit of cloud cover here. You know, the forecast today called for partly cloudy skies, and you're seeing it absolutely right now. It's only it's only about 5 o'clock actually, sim time here at the track here at Southern National. But you know, these guys are experiencing a little bit of weather change, and you know, with all this cloud cover, and you know, could throw a wrench into their plans and the further this race goes
Chad
on.
delivers a bump there to Brinkley. It's
Yeah.
Isabella delivers one back to Chad here, as the battle is definitely heating up here for that third, fourth, and fifth place position. But just quickly revisiting the front here, it is Tyler FOTI out front of Latham Joiner with a about a quarter car length lead there, as those two are quite strong in these cars. But as we mentioned, Brinkley doing a nice job there in third, with Frankenfield and Isabella battling hard. Those Kynan Jones and Jay Kane are right there with them, but you know Latham Joiner wants that top spot back here, and I wonder if he's willing to do whatever it takes to do it.
Yeah. Joiner's got a super fast late model here tonight. You know, that 03 and F40, they've been really close on pace pretty much the entire season. But FOTI's been, you know, he's qualified a prior time. Latham Joiner not so much sometimes, and you know, it's played the difference in the point system so far throughout the season, and that's why FOTI is really so far out ahead. But you know, Joiner's really good here to short in this car. You know, he's working really hard to stay up with FOTI and, you know, get by him hopefully at some point.
Absolutely, and as we ride on the nose cam here of Joiner, looking ahead, you can see the brakes absolutely glowing on Tyler FOTI's machine. If they were growing, he would definitely have big issues there, but Joiner doing a nice job chasing him down there. Now managing the heat of the brakes and the wear of the tires, as we are now 19 laps to go. Sorry, correct me there, 20 laps to go. Southern National Championship Showdown here on the Elite Racing Network. in the Racing America Super Late Model Series, as Blaise BRINKLEY said, "Hello, I'm here to play too."
Yeah, we have a 3-car battle here for the lead now. Blaise BRINKLEY is he's caught up to the back of Latham JOINER. I'm not sure if he saved some of his stuff there at the beginning of the race, but he's here now. So if anything happens between these two, he's gonna be ready to capitalize.
Most definitely, as these guys are battling real hard. As we look at the gearbox on Tyler FOTI's machine, and Latham JOINER is all up in there as he sends FOTI around.
Oh no!
Nice save by Tyler FOTI.
Big
Wow,
save,
wow,
but
wow.
BRINKLEY's there to capitalize, like I said.
BRINKLEY to the lead, JOINER to fourth now.
Wow, what a change of events. To go maybe 3, but Tyler FOTI, Latham JOINER got in there too hot, got into the back of the 40 car, and Blaise BRINKLEY is to the lead. Chad
Frankenfield with a bump as well.
Absolutely. There's Frankenfield in third. He found his way up to the top 3. And he's going to look for a run on FOTI as, Latham JOINER's still there. He's going to look to the bottom.
And I did mention to you earlier, Harry, that I thought JOINER would be willing to do whatever it takes to get up there. I just didn't think he'd do it that soon. As, we were about 16 laps to go at the time of that hit there, but FOTI did a nice job keeping it in one piece, keeping it straight as he finds himself in that second position, and he's going to continue to charge towards Blaise BRINKLEY. But you have to imagine if JOINER gets back up to him, that FOTI may be willing to give him a little bit of a bump to say how he's not too pleased about that.
Yes, of course. These two are going to have a great battle, but unfortunately that JOINER got in there a little too hot, but everybody kept it straight. We're still green. Blaise BRINKLEY out front. These 3 are battling for second place. Wow, JOINER to Chad in turn 3.
Oh, as JOINER sends Chad around.
Oh no!
And we're under caution. Wow.
Oh
no, it's Josh Smith. Monday night we saw an incident in the Grand National Series, Mrs. Goody's Grand National Series, on pit road with Frankenfield, where he backed up across pit road after getting into an incident and hit a few cars, and now he's driven across the track in front of Josh Smith and caused Smith some damage as well, as Smith is still around up there. But we'll take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay machine here, see what happened as we did see live, but we'll take another look here. Maybe we'll take a look on board with JOINER. You see JOINER gives him a bump, gets Frankenfield loose. Frankenfield's still in the process of saving it here as JOINER just continues in underneath. Frankenfield spinning around up top here. And he'll put it back into gear to get going. And yeah, I don't even know if he saw Josh
bad
Smith.
Situation for both. These guys are racing really hard here for these final spots, and it's the end of the race. Everybody wants to get the best position possible, and contact happens at times.
We'll just take a quick run through the field here as we are 7 laps to go in this one. Blaise BRINKLEY currently leading Tyler FOTI. Latham JOINER there in third after incidents with multiple top runners in this one. Vincent Isabella actually went by there as well. Jay Kaner up here in the top 5. Kynan Jones in 6th. Trevor Elam 7th, as he's rebounded nicely from a couple incidents. Michael Goodman in 8th. Brent Jones in 9th after he's done a really nice job checking up for wrecks tonight. As I mentioned, Brent battling a bit of an injury here with his knee. Wasn't sure he'd be able to race tonight, but he is up here in the 9th position. And Mark KEELER in 10th. Looks like that might be the last of the cars currently running. Josh Smith is actually stopped on track right now. Not sure why. That should definitely
not sure why
extend
either.
the yellow. Yeah, his lights are on the pace car, and I believe we were 1 degree to go, but yeah, that's not good for Josh Smith there. Chad Frankenfield, the last incident, he is 12th. I believe he packed it up for the day, as well as Jake Finch Ash G, Zach Evans, and Dylan. But Blaise BRINKLEY, this one, Harry, as we're looking to see the lights do appear to be off on that pace car.
Now we're gonna get a late race restart here with this just under 10 laps to go, and
Another solid jump there by BRINKLEY. First time he's been out front on a restart tonight.
taking notes from these restarts from the leaders all night. And he's been just hanging back there, taking some mental notes, and he's using it here to his advantage on this final restart.
2 laps to go. Here's the battles on for second place between Joiner and FOTI. Gotta imagine if Joiner clears FOTI here, FOTI might be willing to give him a bump, as BRINKLEY will take the white flag. 1 lap to go. Vincent Isabella entering that battle for second as well. But Blaise BRINKLEY looks like he is setting sail on his way to claiming his first victory in this series here, Harry.
Yeah.
BRINKLEY takes the win. Joiner second, FOTI third as Vincent Isabella goes around. But he will be able to stay in fourth. Jake Kaner rounding out the top 5.
What an absolutely great win here by Blaise BRINKLEY. He found himself in the right position at the right time with FOTI and Joiner making contact there under green in the last run, green flag run there, and to get the final win, celebrate with some donuts.
Absolutely, some well-deserved donuts there for Blaise BRINKLEY. He did that clean, and he was able to take advantage of everyone else's misfortune towards the front and did a really nice job. So congratulations to Blaise on his first victory here in the Racing America Super Late Model Series here on the Elite Racing Network, as he will pull into victory lane as the champion. FOTI will come up and do his well-earned donuts as well.
Yes, a great season here by FOTI. So fast and just so smooth. He's had a couple races where it's gotten away from him, maybe due to tire wear or due to other circumstances, but to be so consistent, to be so dominant throughout the entire season, shows a testament to what the driver is behind the wheel.
On getting our top 3 here for interview, Tyler FOTI is just gonna burn it down, like we said, rightfully so, as he's gonna pull his place in victory lane to celebrate his championship. Another one here in Elite for Tyler FOTI, and like we said, that's really well deserved. Taking a look in that waiting room, still waiting on the rest of our top 3, Harry, but yeah, well deserved for Tyler FOTI.
Yeah, FOTI, it's his 3rd championship in the Elite Series. He's got 2 of them in the top 3 series in the Xfinity and the trucks. And he just got another one here in the super late models this season. So FOTI's quite the driver. He's always fast. He always puts his car in the best place at the best time, and might not have been tonight for the win, but to keep it home, to bring it home, and to bring it home with a steering wheel and everybody here on his team. It's a great accomplishment for him here tonight.
Absolutely, as we will actually bring up our 2nd place finisher here first in Latham JOINERs. We want to give FOTI a bit of extra time as the champion. We'll work just a moment here. Latham JOINER, it's Harry and Robert up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Absolutely. We're doing great tonight. Latham, how are you doing?
Good. Pretty, solid race. I was trying to just sit there and ride, and then tried to race with FOTI a little bit there, and pretty much did kill him. And then just got in that incident with Chad where he collected the wall, and I just thought he'd get back in the gas already, and I kind of just rolled up into him and spun him out.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely saw that incident there with FOTI. We had discussed that you were probably willing to do whatever it takes to get up to the especially the last race of the season. Was that just the result of driving it a little bit too deep, or did you want to give FOTI that bump there and unfortunately it just sent him around?
Well, no, I mean, I hit him like I think 3 corners in a row there. I mean, we had Blaise coming out back, so it was kind of like time to go or get out of the way, kind of. I mean, he didn't hit me whenever he passed me. I kind of just let him go because I knew he was going to burn his stuff off, and he did. I mean, he pulled it by like half a second, then I ran him back down there at the end whenever Blaise started coming to us. I didn't want to wreck him. I just wanted to move him up a lane, but whenever I hit him, that's why I got out the way and just let him stay ahead of me because I cleaned him out pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did mention Blaise Brinkley was coming behind you. So, were you watching Blaise the last few laps before your incident there with FOTI and Chad to see how he was running you guys down rather quickly? And was he definitely on your radar here?
Yeah, I mean, he's my teammate, so obviously I had him in my ear, and we were obviously talking. His goal was to just sit back there and ride to about 20 to go. And I think Chad ran into him once, and he was like, "All right, it's kind of time to go." So he started running us down, and I knew he was going to come. So I just tried to get past FOTI, and obviously I hit him, and then Blaise got past both of us, and then on the restart, obviously just pulled away.
Absolutely. Harry, do you have anything here for second place finisher tonight, Latham Joiner?
Yeah, Latham, it was a really solid season out of you here this late model season. Finishing second in points, I believe, and really solid campaign. A couple poor qualifying performances sometimes in the heats, but you had a lot of pace there with FOTI throughout the season. So I guess I would say my question would be is the heats here. What really made it difficult to um, in certain races. Not all of them, of course. Be able to have a good starting position. What really goes on out there during this and the mentality of all the drivers and in those short maybe 15 laps like we saw here tonight.
Yeah, I think during the heats, you kind of just want to go as hard as you can and see what the tire wear is like for most races. My points kind of got killed because we had Plemons and Blaise that ran those first 2 or 3 there, and then I won my first race, and then after that, it kind of went downhill. I missed the whole like practice session and qualifying for Milwaukee. Had to start from pit road in the heat race. Got second there, luckily, and then missed last week because I had work, and then this week obviously came back and ran second again. So I think I was 19 points out going into 5 flags. I think I probably could have ran first, second, or third there, so it would have stayed anywhere between like 15 to 20 points. Probably it would have been closer tonight. I still think FOTI probably would have won the championship, but during the heat races and qualifying, you just gotta nail the lap. Which obviously sometimes I like Milwaukee. I missed qualifying. I think if I would have started up front, would have had a chance of winning that one and stealing that win from Jeff Green probably that night.
Absolutely. And Latham, before we let you go here tonight, is there anyone you need to thank for helping you get out here and the supporting you this season?
Oh yeah, Brinkley Hefner Racing, Elite Cuts, Excalibur Racing Engines, and then in the other series, I want to thank Jacob Hefner for my paint, and obviously Lowe's is my main sponsor in the other series, so them too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us all season long here, Latham. It's been really fun to watch you, and we can't wait to see what you can do in all the other series here in Elite.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all as well.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening. That was Latham Joiner, our second place finisher here tonight. Harry, he was really fun to watch all season long here in that number 03 machine, and I'm excited, like I said, to see what he can do in our other 3 main Elite series, as I have seen him on track in the other few so far.
Yeah, he showed a lot of speed here. These first couple races in this 2022 BC in the top 3 series, and obviously so far, and obviously, and throughout this entire super late model season in the summer. So he's definitely one to watch for maybe a win there in the Trucks Xfinity or even the Cup Series.
Absolutely. As next up for our interviews this evening, we will look at bringing up the man of the hour, which is Tyler FOTI, our champion on the season, as Blaise Brinkley is not available for an interview here. But Tyler FOTI, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on your championship and a strong run here tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. Had a lot of fun out there. It was cool. Short little track, some bumping, but it is what it is. Had a fun season.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was definitely fun for us up here in the booth to be able to watch you all season long. Obviously, Harry and myself have had the chance to race with you for quite some time, but super lates are something a little bit different than what we're used to in the stock cars and trucks and whatnot. But have you used your experience throughout your iRacing career to really help you excel this season and push for that championship, which you were fortunate enough to take home?
Yeah, it definitely helped a bit. I think 4 of the 6 tracks on here I had never run before, and obviously a new car. First few races we're still working some things out, but I feel like the last half of the season was really able to hone in on some things and improve the long run speed overall. Really, that was what I was struggling with early on, and got it a little better. And just overall speed too was consistently up there battling for wins in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely been real strong all season long, and your strength has really shown so far early on in all the other elite series, taking the Daytona 500 victory recently, which was quite strong considering the condition of your car. But looking ahead to the rest of the elite seasons, obviously, I think you're definitely going to be one to watch, but just kind of taking a look back here once again tonight. Obviously, you had that incident with Latham JOINER. What was your reaction to that when he got into the back of you and sent you around? And did have a great save, but might have cost you the victory here.
Yeah, fortunately, at this point, I kind of got used to getting run into. So, I mean, I don't know. Had this have been another race and the point situation been a bit different, I think I would have been a bit more upset. Only thing I'm disappointed in really is we passed him clean, made it fun, and we're having a good time there, and then got ran into for a couple laps straight. But at the same time, we're coming to the end, last 15, 20 laps, and we're on a 1/4 of a mile track, so got to expect that to happen. I think it was a little bit aggressive the last one there, but no, I mean, all in all, just the whole situation where we were at, not too worried about it.
Absolutely. That's definitely a champion way of thinking about it for sure. Obviously thinking really not too big of a deal. Obviously didn't hurt you too much in the points since you were able to clinch that championship. But Harry, you got anything for our champion and third place finisher, Tyler FOTI?
Yes, Tyler FOTI, a lot of momentum you really, you've had basically from, the Cup side, with the Daytona 500 victory, and, the super late model side with this championship. I believe this is your 3rd elite title. You're off of the a Cup championship and IndyCar championship. What kind of momentum really does this, bring you with, your Daytona 500 victory last week? You've run really well in every single race that you've ran in so far this season, including duels and the Clash and all of that stuff. What kind of mindset does this put you in for the rest of the 2022 B season?
Definitely helps. Any kind of win or other series or any kind of car you can get into and run good always helps the confidence and the momentum. It's actually going to end up being my 5th elite title overall since I've been in it, but the only one that really matters to me is the Cup one, which has eluded me for so long. So while this is awesome and cool, there's only one we're really striving for at the end of the year. And as I said, hopefully this momentum and this experience here, getting some more seat time, will help with that as the season goes on.
Absolutely, definitely going to take the momentum and try to run with it. Obviously, picked up that Daytona 500 victory and set yourself up quite nice in that series as well. But Tyler, before we let you go here for the final time in the Racing America Super Late Model Series, is there anyone you want to thank for helping you out all season long?
Yeah, I got to thank the guys over at Do Good, actually, Michael Goodman and Vince and Isabella for letting me hang out in their Discord throughout the season. It was fun getting chatted up with them and also learn a couple things here and there from them. Shout out to you guys for coming on for the summer series. It was cool watching them back and seeing all y'all's insight and watching the races. Also, shout out to Racing America and I believe Mark KEELER for helping get this thing set up in the first place. And then also Chad for putting it on. Yeah. So that being said, I think we'll wrap it up here, and I look forward to getting after it in the main series.
Absolutely, Tyler. Thank you so much for joining us all season long and tonight here in the booth. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night in the Cup Series at Las Vegas.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Well, Harry, that just about does it here in the Racing America Super Late Model Series. You know, tonight we were in for quite a treat with these guys really just battling for the win. Obviously, with the championship already locked up for FOTI, it was a battle for everyone else to try to grab a win, and Blaise BRINKLEY did just that. But, you know, final comments from you tonight, Harry?
Yeah, just a great race, a great green flag runs, a lot of great goals, you know, some close quarter racing, some contact, you know, it's really all you ask for out of a short track. And these super late model drivers, you know, they put on a great show here tonight. And Blaise BRINKLEY to get a great spectacular win there from third to the lead there in about a corner due to the contact from Joiner to FOTI, but made for some really exciting, very exciting, you know, racing and awesome to watch. So it was a great season. Very thankful for you know, being up here in the booth and doing this, and thankful for you being such a good sport, Robert, and you know, helping me along the way, and you know, getting me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely been
Yeah.
fun to work alongside you and Connor Sullivan as well from Racing America. Definitely picked up some tips and tricks from Connor over the season. Obviously, just a short time that we were able to work with him, as wasn't able to be here tonight due to real racing commitments. But we definitely thank him for his time this season. We have to thank Chad Frankenfield and Dave Huckleberry for everything they do for us here at the Elite Racing Network. Also got to give a shout out to our good friend Alex Ned, as he continues to recover from his health issues. We really hope to have him back as soon as we can on our Joint APS Cup Series broadcasts. He's definitely loved in all of Elite and by all of us, no doubt, and we hope to see him back soon. And obviously, Harry, tomorrow night, the Elite Joint APS Cup Series goes to Las Vegas for race number 2 of the season. It's a chance for some guys that had a bad night at Daytona to try to dig in and get some points, and for other guys, you know, it might be their first start of the year after missing Daytona. So definitely going to be exciting, and one people are going to want to tune into. But I think that just about does it for us here on the Racing America Super Late Model Series. And for one final time, I'm Robert Hill Jr., joined by Harrison Taillon. Fortunately, Connor Sullivan not here tonight, but he's been with us all season. And we want to thank you, everyone at home, for tuning in for this 6-race series, giving us the opportunity to come into your homes and give you a bit of entertainment. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good night, everybody.